to the Poor Comedy Club. My name is Mike Pallotta. I'll be your host tonight. You guys ready for a great show? Yeah. All right. We got an awesome headliner tonight. Your feature is one of the best around, and I'm going to do some jokes up top. Is that cool? Yeah. Thank you for the approval. I was going to do it anyway, but here we go. First of all, give it up for your bartender, Kwame. He's going to be so good. I went wine tasting for the first time a couple months ago, and holy hell, does that shit suck. Yeah, I thought it was going to be fun. It's just the vocab test that gets harder the more you drink. Because by your first drink, you're using big words. You're like, this wine is decadent and girthy. And then by your sixth drink, you're like, this wine has the best tits I've seen in my entire life. But I had to stop drinking after that because it just dawned on me. A hangover is the only pain I cause my body that doesn't make it any better. Look at it, think about it. If you're sore after working out, you're like, I lost some weight. I'm looking good. If you're sore after blacking out, you're like, I lost my phone, wallet, and custody of my kids. I don't have kids anymore. They are dead. We don't know where they're. It's funny that alcohol is the only potentially lethal substance we just play games with. I've never heard of a group of frat guys being like, you fellas up for a game of heroin pong later? 2 in a row, knocking off at the bus stop. That's for me. Or musical match, winner gets to keep their team. Musical match is trademark. You have to pay $40 every time you play it. I don't do any drugs myself. I'm very, very much a loser because I didn't start in high school. Because that's when you should start doing drugs. Like if you start smoking weed when you're 14, it's because you're being a rebel. If you start smoking weed above the age of 30, it's because your job sucks and your back hurts. You used to get weed from a guy in an alley with a fedora, and now you get it from your doctor with a wife and a PhD. It's like, shut up, nerd. I didn't do drugs because I was too busy being a student athlete. Let's go, dog. I was a JV cross-country runner, so not actually an athlete or a sport. I didn't want to hurt my body with drugs make me a worse runner. Then I got older. It turns out running way worse for your body than drugs. Drugs are medicine now. Weed is medicinal. You can take LSD for therapy. I go for a run. My toenails are black and I shit myself. You're gonna find me sweaty, pass out under a bridge. You're gonna be like, oh my god, was that an overdose? And it's like, worse. Turkey trot. You know that? Community 5K tearing this country apart. You know that. I should start doing drugs. Just because I heard they make you more confident. I could use a little bit more. I just want to be confident enough that I can tell my barber I don't like my haircut. I want you guys to know I know, okay? You think I walked in there and I'm like, dude, could you guys do like an Italian Kim Jong-un? Is that maybe? Could you give me Kimberly John with a Del Vecchio? That's maybe my favorite character. No, my barber's a psycho and I'm too scared to say anything. She just picks up the last conversation she had. Like I sat down in the chair without missing a beat. She just goes, I don't care about Child Protective Services. I'll beat my kids if they disagree with me. She's like, all right, this should be, thanks lady with scissors and a mullet. I don't need 15 minutes just talked about every time her kid disagreed with her, she would hit him. Finally the haircut ends, she spins the chair around and she's like, what do you think? I was like, lesbian it is, that's fine with me. I don't really care. Confidence, that's the name of the game. I'm only confident enough to fly Southwest Airlines. Because the way they board the plane, are you guys too rich to fly Southwest? Or they fly Emirates Air? Southwest has the best boarding. I don't know if you've ever flown it. They give you a letter, A, B, or C, and they give you a number, 1 through 60. It's just math. That's the order. You get to go in front of people who have a lower number than you, even if they're better people. I was getting on a flight behind the nun, and I was like, sister, what number? C-15? Out of the way, bitch. All right, God chose me today. You should have flown Spirit. Think about it, all right? Also, pun not intended. Every Spirit airline flight requires a religious person on board. You might think it's physics or math keeping that in the air. It's the Holy Ghost doing most of that work.
Big wall, too.
What was that?
You need a big wallet, too.
You need a big wallet, too?
With Spirit.
With Spirit Airlines, yeah. You gotta have to, you will after you sue the entire company. Crash into the Andes. That's what's happening. So I'm in the back of the plane with a nun because I was C-14. I don't even know what small talk you make with a nun because I'm already not good at it. I guess he's talking about premarital sex. That's all I think nuns talk about. Because I went to Catholic school, I thought premarital sex was a bad thing growing up. Like I was devastated. Devastated when I found out porn stars weren't married in those videos. I remember watching my first video. It was called "A Lady Has Sex," and I was like, "God damn! Look at this God-fearing woman doing exactly as the Lord intended." How beautiful is this? And then my mom came in and she's like, "Honey, you know they're not married." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" This young woman, with her whole goddamn life ahead of her, isn't married to her stepdad. Get the fuck out of here! For a second. She's not trying to have a baby with a single one of those black guys. Why am I even watching this video? Okay? That woman's stomach just hurt. I don't know. That's happened. That's fun. I live in Baltimore. You guys all Baltimore? Go Ravens. That's it. I'm a Steelers fan. Show's over. Sorry. Shouldn't have said it. That's okay. I love this city, goddammit. I moved here just over 4 years ago. It was a little weird when I first moved here because I moved in May of 2020, which I don't know if you folks remember. Not the best time to be white. I don't know if you've noticed this in diverse cities. White people started like deflecting from the fact that they were white. And, like, white people are like, "Oh, hold the phone. I'm not white. I'm gay." It's like, all right, that's not what that means. Being gay doesn't get rid of white guilt, all right? If it did, I would have blown a guy watching Judas and the Black Messiah. Because that is a stressful watch. A lot of weird white terms now, like white privilege, I just found out, not a compliment. I walk down the street, people are like, "You got white privilege." And I'm like, "On the day's work, it's not easy to be a man." People use it to make you feel guilty. They're like, "You know you only got your job because you're white privilege." I think you're like, "No, idiot. It's because my dad owns the company." It's called nepotism, try it out. My dad recently did get a job he was applying for. He was running for Congress in New Jersey. There's no fun way to bring up your dad trying to join the Illuminati. You just got to jump in. And it sucks. I'm not a political guy myself. Most venues have more opinions than I do. I was doing comedy in the place, and in the bathroom they had two urinals. One had a Biden face, one had a Trump face. So I was like, "Yeah, where do you go?" I don't know. Like, I think I'm a moderate, so I took a shit on the floor. It felt like the only option, the old Dominion voting booth. You guys it just sucks because they're running political commercials against my dad, those stupid ones opponents run, and they're running them during the World Series in 2022. And I was like, I was rooting for the Phillies, I'm from Jersey, and I was like, "God damn, how could this get any worse?" And then they were losing in Game 6 of the 6th inning, and it cuts to commercial. It's like, "Did you know Frank Pallotta's son is a pussy?" And I was like, "Wait a second." It's like, who's funding this commercial? It's like, he would tie his shoes until he was 15. I'm like, 27 actually, but let's not get around the bush. Got me thinking about white privilege a little bit more. I work in engineering and manufacturing. You know a group people attribute white privilege to their success, but it's really their hard work? Eastern European immigrants. I work with this Bulgarian dude, hardest working guy I know because he loves the freedom that he has here. He'll just do and say whatever he wants. Like on Halloween, he just dressed as Forrest Gump. Which is perfect for him because English is a second language, so he kind of sounds like Forrest Gump already. It's perfect. I'm running. I'm like, that's it. Also, here's how I found out Google's too progressive. I Googled what condition does Forrest Gump have, and Google said Forrest Gump had the gift of endurance. And I'm like, that is horrible. I'll go to Bing if I want a real answer. But you get some funny phrases out of it. English doesn't translate perfectly, so you get some goofy phrases. He was talking about diversity in the workplace with the black women I work with, and he's like, no, you see, I'm from a different country. I'm a, what do you say here? I'm a person of race. I was like, that is not what we say here. And you're looking for person of color. And he flipped it on me, he's like, no, I think we're all people from the human race. I was like, that is beautiful. I really think I'm like, what do you think about gypsies? And he's like, they're not people. I was like, all right. That's a little bit much. I'm like, you can't say that, you're white. And he's like, no, I'm gay. And I was like, oh.